Think we're good?
I think we're good. Can we start 1 minute early? We'll get an extra minute of value.
That's right. First of all, good morning, everyone. My name's Eamon O'Reilly. I work on the Azure automation services inside of Azure, mostly focused on how you can configure and automate your Azure resources as well as your on-premises resources.
I am Michael Green. I'm the PM for Azure State Configuration, and I'm also currently working on extending Azure policy into the VM. So we're really painting the entire picture for being able to do configuration management inside the VM, both for deployment as well as for governance, and we'll talk about all of those things today. Just a bit of bribery. I also have the only original blue logo PowerShell stickers that I know of at Ignite, and if you stay for the whole presentation, you can come get one.
All right, first of all, good morning. What Michael was talking about there is what we're trying to enable is really customers to kind of transform how they do their IT automation and controls inside of Azure and how they can extend that into their on-premises environments as well. And one of the things we've noticed around most organizations as they adopt the cloud is they start to think about how can we leverage the new technologies that the cloud gives us so that we can actually continuously deploy resources, give the application teams the ability to respond to business needs very quickly, and then leverage the native capabilities that are inside of Azure. But the challenge that creates for a lot of organizations is you still need to have those controls in place around your backup policy, your security policy, how you do your updates. And so what we're trying to come up with is a way for you to actually embrace the cloud technologies of continuous development, continuous deployment, but also give you the means to apply those controls as those applications roll out in a consistent way. And so the main goal we're really trying to focus is enable DevOps, but also deliver IT transformation around how you control everything that happens to get deployed into your Azure environment, as well as your on-premises environments. And the main thing we've seen in the transition for customers is most customers are starting to think about how do we actually author our compliance so that it's actually in a declarative way that you can check in all of your compliance requirements, and so the application teams can inherit those as they start to deploy their resources out. And so the key technologies we have around that are Azure Resource Manager templates, because that gives you the ability to describe everything, how you want your applications deployed, and then Azure Policy also gives you the ability to declare what are those requirements you have in your organization around what size VMs are you allowed to use, what kind of storage accounts can you use, what SQL servers are you allowed to deploy, is there security best practice that has to be enforced on your network. All of those configurations can be applied through policy, and then as you roll out resources, you know they're in a well-defined control mechanism as you land them up onto the Azure services. And so Michael kind of talk about what does compliance mean overall?
So whenever I think about configuration management in general, and this is true for compliance as well, I kind of think about configuration management and compliance in a Venn diagram where there's a lot of overlap, and then there's things that fall outside of each circle as well. Across the board, fundamentally, there's three things that I find people are always trying to answer. One is just what's in my environment. Both for Azure Automation State Configuration that I'm going to show in just a second, and for policy, because it's natively integrated into Azure, we'll be able to look at what's going on across all of your subscriptions, what VMs exist, and do anything from onboard directly from the portal interface or commandlets, or apply a policy to say, anything that I put in this subscription, I always want to make sure it's automatically managed. So the second thing I want to find out is, what's the current state of my environment? I want to track information about, are these machines in the state that I deployed them in? Has that configuration changed? And in terms of compliance, have they drifted in such a way that they're no longer compliant with my organizational requirements around operations and security? And the last piece, and this is what everybody's been trying to answer since the beginning of IT, what changed in my environment? Every single postmortem, every outage, every time somebody calls help desk and says that their server is not responding, the first thing that people ask is, okay, it was working yesterday, so what changed? And how do I go find out that information? So across Azure, some of the new technologies that we've introduced here at Ignite, you'll actually see this new role that we're defining as the cloud custodian. So you think about someone who is giving application owners access to a subscription or multiple subscriptions. And we've got a range of new technologies from blueprints, which is a way for you to say, here are the set of resources that you'll be able to access in this subscription. So instead of having that application owner get access to Azure and see all the possibilities that are available, you can actually say, I'm going to pre-create a set of resources for you. It could be VMs that are managed. It could be services that are available, including the access controls and what they can do with them, and say, here is the environment I want you to use for developing this, because I know if you're working with this environment, the applications that you produce will be consistent with our organizational requirements. The other piece of this that you'll see is cost management, finding out exactly what's going on in your environment and predicting and projecting what your costs are going to be for that project. Resource graph, which will take a slice of information about what you've deployed and make that available for rapid queries. So if you've used things like AZCLI and PowerShell to go collect information about what's currently in your environment, you'll see significantly improved performance if you use Resource Graph for running those queries. I think you'll be really impressed with it. But the part we're going to look at in a demo right now is this piece over here, this concept of Azure Policy. Azure Policy today, up until this week, has been very focused on ARM and setting rules to say things like, I should never have a storage group outside of this geography. Like maybe I have a regulatory control that says my company's in Europe, my data can only stay in Europe. Or I have a company that's based in the US, I should never have network traffic that's flowing outside of the US. So applying those sort of constraints and either preventing new projects from being deployed that work outside of those boundaries, or just auditing and setting up warning type information whenever you want to know that that stuff is going on, but allowing developers to keep going at their own pace. What we've introduced this week is extending this into the virtual machine. So we're going to walk through a couple of different things. You want to speak to this slide real quick before we go?
Slide.
Great.
So what Michael was showing you there was how you can create these blueprints that allow you to define what are your controls you want when your subscriptions you're managing, as your application teams are deploying out their workloads. What are those policies and blueprints you want stamped out on every single subscription as those applications gets rolled out? And how those applications actually get rolled out is usually in a set of technologies inside of Azure. And one of the first ones is Azure Resource Manager templates I talked about. And those are kind of the core capabilities allow you to deploy your applications in a consistent, repeatable way. And so that's what you use for deployment. And the nice thing about those blueprints is that because policy natively integrates into Azure Resource Manager, as your application teams deploy out, you can integrate your policies into those Azure Resource Manager templates so they have a consistent understanding of what's going to happen, what am I allowed to do as I roll out my applications into the organization. And then the second part that after you've rolled your applications is you want to have this continuous operations available to you. So if things go wrong, you can identify what's gone wrong, and you can quickly get that application back up into a compliant state, and then roll those back into your change process as you go forward. And the two core technologies that we allow you to do that is using Azure Automation or Azure Functions to respond to events that are in your organization. And then the last thing you'll think about with controls is that most organizations, they actually have a lot of different management systems that's involved in understanding how deployment works, how they need to triage issues, what their ITSM service looks like. And so you want to be able to integrate and orchestrate all of those different systems together so that you get a unified picture around your deployment and your operations. And with Azure Logic Apps, that gives you the ability to easily tie all these systems together, but integrate them into your overall operational compliance as you go forward. And so those are the three kind of core technologies in the service of Azure that allows you to really deploy everything in a consistent way, but then operate it afterwards so that you have that continuous deployment, continuous integration, continuous operations. And I think Michael's going to come in and kind of demo some of these capabilities to you so you get a feel for how you can use these inside of the Azure portal.
Yeah, we're actually going to walk this timeline exactly. So if I switch over. He was first talking about using Azure Resource Management, what that would look like. So let's walk the storyline together. Let's say that I've just deployed a new virtual machine. I went ahead and connected it to a virtual network, and I've made it available as an asset that I'm going to start testing for a new project. And I want to know if it's going to meet our organizational requirements, and if it doesn't, I want to make sure that from operations, I'm giving the application team the tools they need to easily meet those requirements. So we're going all the way through from deployment, through understanding the state of compliance, to configuring the machine and giving the application developer the tools they need. So I've already pre-deployed a machine, and I've kind of pre-staged that part of it. And if I go look at some of the policies that are available, I'll show you exactly where this came from and how you can get here. If you go into the Azure portal and you go to all resources and search for policy, that's the place where I'm going to start. And here you'll land and be able to start creating policies that can apply to your machines. If you go to definitions, there's a new item this week on the categories drop-down for guest configuration. Now you might be wondering, if we're talking about configuration management and DSC, why would we be talking about policy and guest configuration? Behind the scenes, we're actually using the DSC v2, the new code base for DSC engine, to go collect this information. But for the business analyst type personality who's looking across a subscription, they just want to know, like, if I give someone access to this subscription, how do I know they're not going off and breaking all kinds of our corporate policies? They can use this tool without ever having to go write their own configurations. We're just going to present to them, here are the things that need to be checked. So if I filter, you'll see a bunch of new definitions here. And here's one of the problems I'm trying to solve. For the last couple of decades, if I've been building a skill set around managing Microsoft core infrastructure, I probably was using group policy. So on-prem and private data centers, I've been thinking about using group policy to make sure that machines are in the right state, to make sure that I can prove to people like auditors. I literally know of people who screenshot their group policies and give that to auditors as proof that they can produce secure machines. But as they move towards the cloud, they want to know, okay, well, if my developers now want to produce web servers and they're like blowing them away once a week and redeploying them, they're not domain joined, and I don't know how I'm going to keep track of these settings now. This is the answer we want to bring to you as that solution. So you'll see the settings here for things like maximum password age, audit passwords must, sorry if I can't scroll over far enough on this screen, but it's things like password history, minimum password age, maximum password age, password complexity, storing passwords using reversible encryption is on or off, things like that. That's the policies that we're introducing in preview. As we continue to invest in this area, we're going to expand that to include more settings, and we're going to start looking at the industry regulations so that we can make it easy for people to verify whether their machines are consistent with that requirement.
Yeah, what's the time?
Sorry?
The time.
Yeah. So if I go look at the compliance of this machine, I'm just going to search for one that I've applied. I can very quickly verify across this environment for those settings which machines are compliant with which individual settings inside of that assignment. Now let's look at one specifically here, maximum password age must be changed. This is saying that the local policy in the machine, whether it be the effective group policy or if it's the local security policy, could be actually implemented using DSC, Chef, Puppet, Ansible, however you want to set that setting. This is saying what is being enforced on that machine. And here we're seeing 2 Windows machines as not compliant. In our preview policy, we also include password-related settings for Linux. So in the same initiative, you can look across both Windows and Linux and understand the password security policy posture. For Linux, it's things like what's the access controls on the password file. So now I want to say, great, I now know that this machine, I shouldn't put it in production yet, it's not compliant. What would I actually do to make it compliant? Let's go look at our list of virtual machines. And let's say we want to help the application owner to be able to remediate this on their own. So I've given them access to an Azure Automation account. And there I've stored composite resources for DSC to help remediate that setting. If it's going to take a while, then I'll just show a screenshot. There we go. So we have a new interface, both for onboarding virtual machines and for making it very, very easy for first-time learners to understand how to build configurations. So here I'm looking at the status of that virtual machine for Windows 4. You can see I've already remediated this machine, but I'll show you exactly how I did that. I've already got password security settings applied. If I go to Set Configuration, I'm just going to give this a name, Test. and you'll see I've got some built-in settings. So I'm going to pick password policy DSC. That one's in the PowerShell gallery and available to use. It maps exactly to that new compliance policy that we've got in preview. And then I'm just going to pick Windows feature set so we can look at something a little bit more advanced. And I'll hit next. There's nothing more intimidating when you're trying to learn a new tool than a blank editor. Like if you open VS Code and somebody says, go write a configuration that'll make your server consistent with your organizational policies, and you open that blank editor and you're like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to type here. So by just doing that, check the box, these are the things I want, it's actually writing the script for you. And you can scroll through here and see exactly what these settings are that you would need to remediate that machine. Now you just next, finish, you can apply to the machine. But what I hope we'll do from here is take that policy, bring it back to source control, and start looking at how we'll apply that as part of our ARM template so that our new ARM deployments going forward, of course, will not only make that machine turn from red to green, it'll make sure that as we go forward, if we want to make changes, we can see line by line who made what change when, which means we can answer that question of what changed in my environment. We can always go back to source control and say, oh, it looks like Michael Green added a feature name on this date. There's another good place where you can get information. Yep. If I go back to Azure Automation, if I scroll down, I just want to show one more thing, and then I'll hand it back to Eamon. So there's this concept of managed and unmanaged change. And what changed in my environment to cause this outage? This capability is called Azure Automation Change Tracking. And what this solution is doing is mapping across all of your machines exactly what's changing all the time. So imagine that you wanted to find out what files have changed. And you go in and find out that actually across the web server that was deployed, the host files changed. A new capability we've introduced this week is to literally view the file changes side by side. So again, when you're trying to figure out, what do I even put in that editor? What do I need to manage on this machine? How do I even know what's changing in my environment so I can bring that back to source control and manage that? This will allow you to go through and understand exactly what's changing, even if you didn't make the change. So you can go figure out exactly how machines are drifting and the unmanaged change happening in your environment so you can regain control.
Perfect. It's good. Okay, so let me just finish up with the last couple of minutes, just talking a little bit about the kind of core services we have inside of the Azure automation and configuration capabilities. Michael talked a lot about all the blueprint capabilities, and so this is really about applying policy across all of your Azure resources. What we launched at Ignite is the way for you to extend that policy and those configurations into your virtual machines as well. And so now you can actually not just gain control of all of your environment Azure resources, but gain control of all of your virtual machines as well in a consistent way. And not only do you need to understand how to set the machines, we actually give the ability to understand what's changed in your environment, so you can put those back into your IT controls and then reset those across your environment as you go forward. And so really what we're talking about here is, when you think about how do I want to take advantage of Azure, deploy my infrastructure, deploy my applications in a controlled, configured way so that I understand, am I compliant as I go forward and my application teams are deploying more and more applications? Well, we've introduced the ability to define all of those requirements in a central location through Azure Blueprints with policy, and then allow you then to get inside of the virtual machine through DSC technology, our change tracking technology, as well as our update technology to actually, not just at the Azure resources, but inside the guest, give you that complete 360 view of all of your applications and your infrastructure together. And so that's really the key point to take away is, think about how you're deploying your Azure resources, put all of those controls into your blueprints, your policies, into your configurations, and then work with your IT and your DevOps teams to actually develop applications that are easily managed and are always compliant as you go forward. So with that, I think I'll stop, say thank you to everyone. If you have more questions, our booths are right over here under the automation, policy, all those capabilities. We can answer more questions over there, or else you can stop by, and Michael has a few things to give out as well. So with that, thanks everyone for coming. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you learned something out of it.
Thanks.